If I broke my arm, I'd probably go to the hospital to see a doctor, make sure it was broken.
If I were to break an arm, I would definitely go to the hospital. I would go to the doctor.
If I were to break an arm, I'd probably get a little emotional and then I'd seek help for sure. I'd go to the clinic, the ER. If I noticed that I myself was developing a mental illness, I would, well, at this point in my life, I've hopefully, okay, hold on, time out. That's a hard question, let's see.
If I began to notice I had a mental illness, that's hard because, I mean, you'd think that you'd want to seek out help, but honestly, I'm not sure exactly what I'd do. It would take me a while before I probably sought counseling or something like that.
My name is Hallie Greeding. I'm from Gilbert, Arizona.
So my name is Maxwell Breeden. I originally grew up in Rockford, Michigan.
My name is Amanda Cheney. I'm from Seattle, Washington.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, my name is Sam Merrill. I'm from Anchorage, Alaska.
My name is Riley Villanueva. I'm from Washington State.
If I had a friend struggling with mental illness, I would tell them that it's nothing to be ashamed of and that it's okay to get help and that they shouldn't worry about what other people are thinking, because if they're not taking care of themselves, then it's just going to make it worse.
I think this is something that's super common. I know probably like the majority of my friends and family members who have struggled with it at some point in their life. And I think that it's not something that's talked about enough, but it's becoming more common to say that you're not okay or say that you're struggling with certain things, just because so many people are struggling with it and finally being brave enough to come out and say it.
I think that there used to be a big stigma about mental health. I think a lot of people had this idea that mental health is this really bad thing that, if you get it, you're like a crazy person or something. But I believe people are starting to understand mental health on a better level, to understand it more as something that, a lot of people can deal with or go through different things, and that there's lots of, services and resources out there to help those people.
It's hard to see people go through problems and trials, but definitely when it's someone close to you or someone in your family, it's hard to see them go through those mental problems, and yeah, it's just like a hard situation all around.
Sometimes we struggle physically, and you can see that, but mental health is the exact same. It's just not something that you can see always on the outside. And just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And so we just need to be aware of that and be compassionate towards people who do struggle, because it's so hard for them. So for anyone to say like it's not real and things like that, it just makes it even harder and puts kind of even more of a stigma against it.
If I noticed a friend was having suicidal thoughts or depression or anxiety, I would probably, like I had mentioned earlier, I'd love them as much as I could, and I'd let people know, honestly. I'd let the right people know, because sometimes, sometimes we say, oh, like, I'd love them, I'd watch out for them, I'd say hi to them when we're off and stuff like that. But that's just between you and the person. If nobody else knows, and if it goes, unseen, and the person doesn't get better, then bad stuff can happen.
Seeking help doesn't mean that there's something wrong with them or that they're weak or that it's anything to be ashamed of, but that they can ask for help and that there are ways that they can deal with this.
My overall feelings about mental health is just that it's something that's struggled with nationwide, and it's such a common thing, and until like more recently, like our parents' generation and stuff like that, it just wasn't something that was really talked about.
So having more people understand that is help for them would be something I would hope to change and help in our society.
I think we all could benefit from educating ourselves more on, what mental health and, the types of, whether it's anxiety or depression or, eating disorders or whatever it is, that we educate ourselves on what those, diseases or things are, so that we can recognize them not only in others but ourselves, and then, help others to understand and find the tools and resources that they need to get help.
We just be aware that even the strongest, kindest, most with it person out there could be the one that's struggling. A lot of times we think, oh, maybe it's the person that may be staying inside a lot, or maybe it's the person that may not, be very sociable. But from personal experience, with friends, can be the strongest person. So, we just gotta watch out for everyone. Yeah. Sorry.